this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan recently responded to new training clips of Manny Pacquiao at age 46, describing them as incredible. Rogan expressed amazement at how Pacquiao, nearing 50, still displays impressive punching power and quick footwork. He noted that Pacquiao's speed, precision, and strength remain sharp, saying the legendary boxer continues to perform like someone much younger.
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan remarked that Manny Pacquiao stands apart from most fighters. He doesn't depend on hype or trash talk to make his mark. Instead, he lets his performance in the ring speak for itself. Even at 46, Pacquiao's dedication, explosive speed, and striking power continue to impress. Rogan highlighted Pacquiao's unwavering focus, humility, and the undeniable threat he still poses as a top-tier competitor.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat, even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
Ooh, don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
New training footage of Manny Pacquiao has sparked fresh conversation among fans and analysts. In a short clip, he's seen hitting the pads with remarkable precision and surprising quickness. His rapid-fire combinations and agile footwork are reminiscent of the same style that once frustrated the sport's top contenders. At 46, Pacquiao still moves with a spark that echoes the explosive energy that helped define his legendary career. Joe Rogan has frequently voiced his admiration for Manny Pacquiao's incredible boxing journey, often pointing out the historic achievement of winning world titles in 8 separate weight divisions, a feat virtually unmatched in the sport. Rogan has expressed awe at both the quantity and the quality of Pacquiao's accomplishments, especially given his compact frame. He's noted Pacquiao's exceptional quickness and agility, and famously described his legs as being like tanks, powerful and built for endurance. This rare blend of speed and strength, Rogan says, made Pacquiao a dominant force who could outmatch elite fighters across a range of weight classes.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao. Man.
Oh yeah,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to me. And it was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before than when it did. You know.
Well, it also took place and Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Rogan has also shared his thoughts on what might have happened if Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather had clashed earlier in their careers. He suggested that such a showdown in their prime would have been a global spectacle, likely breaking internet and social media records while capturing the attention of millions. Rogan's reflections highlight not just his respect for Pacquiao's abilities, but also his recognition of the boxer's lasting impact. In Rogan's view, Pacquiao isn't just a legendary athlete. He's a cultural icon whose influence goes far beyond the boxing ring.
some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that ever started.
And he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Combat analyst Ryan Campbell offers a thoughtful take on Manny Pacquiao's comeback at 46. He highlights the significant challenge of going up against a younger, physically stronger opponent like Mario Barrios. Drawing comparisons to George Foreman's legendary return to the ring, Campbell argues that age isn't always the defining factor in boxing. Throughout the sport's history, seasoned fighters have occasionally summoned a final surge of brilliance, delivering performances that defy expectations and leave a lasting mark.
Only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC, he's going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pacman back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Campbell also offered an assessment of Pacquiao's current physical capabilities. While acknowledging that the boxing legend is no longer in his prime, Campbell pointed out that Pacquiao still possesses a level of speed that holds up against many average fighters today. Although his explosiveness has declined with age, his hand speed and footwork continue to give him an edge over less refined welterweights. Within the boxing world, opinions remain split regarding Pacquiao's upcoming bout. Some fans are hopeful, confident that his sharp instincts and ring IQ will carry him through. Others remain skeptical, recalling his most recent fight 5 years ago, a performance that lacked his signature dominance. This mix of optimism and concern reflects the uncertainty surrounding his return, as fans weigh their admiration for his legacy against the realities of age and time away from the ring.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
There's growing speculation that the bout with Mario Barrios may just be the beginning of a larger comeback plan for Manny Pacquiao. Rumors suggest that if Pacquiao secures a win, it could pave the way for a high-profile clash with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Some believe Barrios was strategically selected as a manageable opponent, one who could help Pacquiao regain momentum and generate buzz ahead of a more lucrative showdown. This kind of matchmaking is a familiar tactic in boxing comebacks, where early fights often serve as both a test of a veteran's current form and a tool to reignite public interest.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
Next, cry me a river, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year. So he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they know.
One of the most powerful elements of Pacquiao's return is his pursuit of the WBC welterweight title, the very belt that marked the beginning of his rise to international stardom. This symbolic full-circle moment adds emotional depth to his comeback, transforming it from just another fight into a meaningful mission to recapture the title that first put him on the world stage.
Boxing Doctor News told onto your gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pacman turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? You get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Despite his age and time away from the ring, many experts and fans remain confident that Pacquiao still possesses the skills needed to overcome Barrios. His legendary career, highlighted by wins against some of boxing's all-time greats, reinforces the view that he continues to be a serious threat. Securing a victory in this fight would not only enhance his legacy, but also quiet the skeptics who doubt his ability to compete at the highest level today.
Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably, all right? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. All right? And like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Mario Barrios and his camp are taking this fight very seriously and approaching it with strong confidence. Barrios' coach has openly mentioned that they are preparing as if facing Pacquiao at his peak, showing the respect they hold for the Filipino legend. Barrios is known for embracing tough challenges and never backing away, making this matchup a high-stakes contest for both fighters. This determination guarantees that Barrios will be fully motivated and ready to meet whatever Pacquiao brings to the ring.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots in it. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, shared that choosing to face Barrios was a deliberate and meaningful decision. Since Barrios holds the WBC title, the fight directly connects to Pacquiao's historic journey with the organization. Gibbons explained that reclaiming the WBC belt would serve as a powerful finale to Pacquiao's extraordinary career, turning this match into more than just a typical fight. It represents a closing chapter in one of boxing's most unforgettable legacies.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28 in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC World Champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Manny Pacquiao's career achievements stand out as some of the most remarkable in boxing history. He has secured 12 major world titles and held lineal championships across 4 different weight divisions, from flyweight all the way to super lightweight. Notably, Pacquiao is the only fighter to win world titles in 4 separate decades, demonstrating an exceptional level of longevity in the sport. Additionally, his 25 pay-per-view events have collectively generated over $1.22 billion, highlighting his lasting appeal and ability to draw huge audiences.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
The office of the Vice President confirms Sara Duterte is abroad on a personal trip.
In 2021, Manny Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his political ambitions in the Philippines. He ran for president in 2022 but was not successful. Despite this setback, he remained active in public service, continuing his work as a senator and supporting various charitable causes. While his retirement marked the close of an iconic chapter in boxing, it didn't lessen his impact beyond the sport. When Pacquiao later revealed plans to return to the ring after several years away, the announcement took the sports world by surprise, catching fans and analysts off guard.
2015, I remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president of his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you. Good for you.
Only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, started out boxing. He was 106 pounds. Won a title at I think 112, and went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible.
I don't believe. I feel very comfortable and said I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather. Skill. What do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades. Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody. Whenever.
WBC President Mauricio Sulayan has confirmed that the necessary approvals are in place for Pacquiao to challenge for the welterweight title once again. However, not everyone is excited about his return. Some critics warn that competing at 46 carries significant risks and question whether Pacquiao's motivation is truly about preserving his legacy or driven by financial reasons. Many comparisons have been drawn to Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights, with skeptics suggesting this comeback might be more about showmanship than genuine competition. This situation highlights ongoing debates within boxing about veteran fighters making returns, balancing the desire to honor their legacy against the risk of tarnishing their reputation.
The WBC president Mauricio Sullivan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09, Ricky Hatton, all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Sullivan, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.